I started out as a son and a little brother. I was the sixth of the last child of Randall and Evelyn Kegerise. Two things were important in my family growing up: music and church. My mother was a piano player and choir director at my church, and my father was an elder and deacon. I was baptized as a baby in the Methodist Church. Born in the 60s, raised in the long hair 70s, and became an adult in the 80s. I gave my life to Jesus, wandered away, and came back to him repeatedly. The first time I gave my life to Jesus was as a young teenager in catechism class to join the church, which I did willingly. As I grew older and became a mission and an entertainer, I toured the country and wandered further away from God. I increased my repertoire of sins, lost, and found myself a few times, only to return back to Lancaster County. I married my best friend in 1987 and was blessed with two healthy, strong sons in the 90s. I left my dream of becoming the next Maynard Ferguson or Wolfman Jack on the side of the road to become a family man. I tried to be a better example for my boys and left the unhealthy habits of the 80s behind, only to increase my drinking and time spent at work, all the while floundering in and out of churches and God's will. While with the church youth group is when Jesus found me again. I was on a missions trip with my son to Kentucky to rebuild houses, and during a morning devotional before the workday, we were all asked to find a quiet place in the grounds and invite Jesus back into our lives, which I did. Once again, God was waiting for me. I was told when I returned from the trip I was a changed man. I had more patience and understanding. I helped at church, went on missions trips, and enjoyed my time with the family. This lasted till the boys grew up, moved out, and went out of college, and my bad habits continued to increase and take over my life, and I wandered away from God again. Became selfish and cold while continuing my will and my understanding of life. In the fall of 2016, my wife was no longer happy. I was a functional alcoholic and emotionally stunted. I started coming to CCC to appease my wife. I got sober. I asked God to take my obsession and help me. I came back to Jesus for the third time. God was waiting for me and the members of CCC, and he started to soften my heart, and I started to listen and learn again. Pastor Jon found a way for me to serve, and it helped me to heal, along with a lot of other new friends I had made at CCC. You would think happily ever after would end the story here, but alas, God wasn't done strengthening me. The wife still left. The boys moved out of my house to find their way and relocate out of state. I lost my sister-in-law, my father, and my older brother in the next few years. For the first time in my life, I was living alone with only the dog for company. But I knew God was with me and making me stronger than ever before. Right now, I can't imagine there is a happily ever after for me, but I do know I have a purpose, and God is with me, helping me one more day at a time. So today I will tell everyone, once again, my name is Jon, and Jesus is my Savior.